that I seek. You are my all in all. Seeking you as a precious jewel, Lord, to give up I'd be a fool. You are my all in
all. Dr. Alexander Jacob, IPS, Director General of Police, retired. Notable for 33 years of distinguished police service from 1982 to 2015. Spearheaded jail reforms in Kerala. First Director of Vanitha Commission in 1996. He holds a PhD in English Literature on Historical Novel of Indo-Anglian Literature, MA English, History, Political Science, Sociology. Sub-editor in Manorama newspaper, probationary officer at Indian Overseas Bank, English lecturer at Mar Ivanius College, Thiruvananthapuram. Passed civil service examinations 1982. Joined Indian Police Service, Kerala Cadre. Principal Kerala Police Training College 1992-1995. Secretary, IMG guided more than 300 aspirants to civil services over the past 20 years. Is a recipient of Police Medal for Distinguished Service in 2011. Distinguished orator and writer presenter of Jnana Vajasugul at Shalom TV. Dean of Vedhik IAS Academy and member of Governing Board Vedhik Erudite Foundation.
Welcome to Vedhik IAS Academy, the largest online IAS Academy in India and the only IAS Academy which got the Global E-Learning Excellence Award from the United Nations Organization. For Indians, every student will like to get into the civil service examination. And when you get into the Indian civil service examination, you like to get it early. Because if you get it at the age of 21, you have 39 years of service. But if you get into it at the age of 27 only, then your active service will be 33 years. So how to get into the civil service at the age of 21? For this, there is 7 steps to getting into the civil service at the age of 21. Let us understand what are these 7 steps. Vedhik IAS Academy will bring a candidate into its scheme right at the 8th standard. As you say in English, catch them young. When you get into the system at a very young age of 13 years, then you have around 7 to 8 years to reach this Indian civil service. The first step is to increase your faculties. If you want to get into the service, you should have a very good memory. How to improve your memory? God has given human beings tremendous capacity for memorizing things. In our brain, God has given us around 10 crore of RNA molecules to store knowledge. But even Albert Einstein is supposed to have used only 3% of the capacity of the human brain. An ordinary person's use only less than 1%. By doing certain exercises and certain practices, you can increase your memory 4 to 5 times of its original power. I myself have recorded around 16 episodes. When you listen to it, you will understand how to increase your memory power, how to develop comparative memory, and how to memorize things till you get into a situation where you uses it. Second one is how to improve your intelligence. Every human being, intelligence is the same. But some people use it in such a way that they increase their intelligence. An honorary Brahmin who attends Kadavalur Anyonyam remembers around 10,450 slogas in the Rigveda without much difficulty. But a person with the same intelligence sometimes become an agricultural laborer, don't use his brain. So he develops his intelligence, how to till the soil, how to plant a tree, how to take a good harvest. His intelligence grows in that way. But that person cannot remember 10,000 Rigvedic slogas. So you have to develop your intelligence in such a way that you can improve your intelligence about threefold and utilize that knowledge, that intelligence to write civil service examination. I have given few episodes in that direction which will help you to improve your intelligence. Next one is how to write an essay. In civil service examination, there is one paper which is only essay. And in the general studies paper, you have to write essays. So what's the technique of essay? How to write essays properly for the civil service examination. I myself have recorded 16 episodes to make you learn how to write the essays. Civil Service Academy have prepared a booklet of how to write essays. What's the technique? Next one is to develop a candidate to write examination. You get marks not only for your knowledge but for the technique you utilize. I have passed 174 public examinations in my life and have taken 7 degrees. Now, the technique I use in my examinations, I have compiled in around 15 episodes, video programs. When you listen to the video programs, you understand what are the techniques to be used in an examination. You can start utilizing it in the 10th standard, in the 12th standard, in the degree classes, then the post-graduation, and in the civil service examination. Now, that knowledge coupled with the techniques will fetch you very good marks. Now, to get into the civil services, you should have rhetorical capacity. Oratorical gift has to be there. When you go to the civil service interview, you should have this vocabulary capacity. When you become a collector or SP, you have to deal with hundreds of human beings. Some are against the police, some are for the police, some are neutral to the police, some are politicians. Now, how to tackle with each one of them? The way you talk. Sometimes you are called to a meeting. You have to address a public gathering. You have to use your speech-making capacity to instill the crowd. You will become a successful civil service officer. So, Vedhik Civil Service Academy prepares you in the way of public speaking, the art of public speaking. So, this first stage is called faculty building. Vedhik IAS Academy has a program called Pathfinder. So, in this Pathfinder program, your basic faculties are improved. In the second step, you lead that candidate to the next level of civil service preparation. That is selecting a career. Every human being, when born on the earth, God will give that child capacity to excel in at least 3 fields. Persons like Leonardo da Vinci could excel in almost 6 fields. It varies. When we were young, there was no facility to know which are the areas in which we excelled. We could excel. Now, science have developed a test called psychological aptitude test. 3 hours you attend a test. At the end of 3 hours, computer will write down on the bottom, the person who attended this test have capacity to excel in the following fields. Now, when you know what is the field in which you can excel, you can pick up a career in that direction. As Shakespeare said, in everyone's life, there is a time. Taken with its tide, it will lead to great fortune. Now, when you reach the 10th standard, there are 200 ways in which you can divert yourself. But without knowing that if you take a wrong decision, you have to lose 2 years to come back, change your course, and go in another direction. At the 12th standard, you make a false decision. Then you lose 3 years of your life. It takes 3 years for you to change your course and then come to another set of careers. So, in our course, in the second time, we conduct a psychological aptitude test, make the student and the parents aware which are the fields in which the candidate can excel, and then lead that candidate to the profession in which he can excel. Now, you can excel in 2-3 areas. Albert Einstein was a famous scientist, but he was a famous musician also. He could play the musical instrument very well. Lord Krishna was a very good administrator. He was a very good musician. He could use the flute very well. King David was a great king, but he was very equally good at playing his flute. Dennis Cromden was the captain of the England cricket team, but at the same time he was the captain of the football team. He excelled in 2 games at the same time. He was captain of 2 teams of the English football and cricket teams. That's a capacity human beings. But when you go for the civil service examination, around 12 lakh people compete in the examination. 15,000 people are selected to the main examination. 3,000 people are called for the interview. Only around 1,000 people get into one of the services, destined services. So, nobody can be 100% sure that I will get into the civil service. Suppose you miss, you should have an alternate employment with yourself. So, we guide that student into 200 type of careers open for them. One person can write the MBBS, become a doctor, go for the combined medical service examination, get into the professional service, then write the civil service examination, get into the civil service examination, or go into the UN medical services. That kind of career guidance. In India, a very intelligent student, the highest he can opt for is UN civil service. You get a starting pay of 5 lakh rupees per month, and by the time you retire, you get 1 crore rupees per month as your salary. So you can get into the UN medical services. Another person may be good in engineering. He can go and take his BTech degree, then write for the Indian engineering services, then write for the civil services, then go for the UN engineering services. Manifold progress is there. You can become an economist, get into Indian economic service, or take economics as your optional and come into the civil service. You can go for statistics, get into the Indian statistical service, then write the Indian civil services, get into it. You can write for Indian geological service, get a profession in geology. You can go in Indian forest service. Like that, there is a lot of areas. You can go for chartered accountancy or ICWA, become a very good chartered accountant, and then you can write the civil services, get into Indian audit and account services, or into IAS. This professional knowledge will be utilized, you can utilize in that also. So that kind of a career guidance is required. I myself have recorded about 42 episodes for guiding the students into different careers. Additional information will be given to you as booklets, which you can utilize and get into a very good career. There are 6 groups of civil services. UN civil service is one group. Indian civil services, 27 of them is in the next group. Indian All India Professional Service are there. All India Prestige Service are there. Regional Administrative Service are there. You have the private administrative services. So you can select your career. in the second stage. In the third stage, you have to pick up a scholarship. In many families, the parents are not rich enough to finance you till the civil service examinations are over. Certain children are orphans. Father have died. Mother is not employed. You have financial problem. In such cases, a scholarship has to be picked up. Meritorious students can pick up a scholarship to further his or her studies. In our childhood, there was only merit scholarship and loan scholarship. Now there are thousands of scholarships. By the time you come to the 10th standard, you can get 5,000 rupees per month. By the time you get into your plus 2 examination, you can get scholarship up to 7,000 rupees per month. By the time you go for graduation, you can get 15,000 rupees per month. And by the time you go for research, JRF and other examinations, you can get up to 27,000 to 30,000 rupees per month. Now, you may be earning more by scholarship than your parents are earning by their job. There are thousands of scholarships in which you can go to UK or England or America or Canada or Australia, where you can really get into a world famous university and complete your studies with a scholarship. Suppose you are going to Cambridge University. The Cambridge University scholarship is 1.25 crores, not lakhs, crores. That kind of scholarships. So we encourage students in the third stage to get a scholarship with their own merit. And without creating any burden on your parents, you will be able to complete your studies with your own scholarship. That is the third step. On November 19th, we are starting our scholarship awareness program. Thousands of students will get scholarships. Thousands of students will get scholarships for studying abroad and migrating abroad, becoming citizens of those countries and settle there. That kind of a massive scholarship program is coming in the third stage. In the fourth stage, get a minimum qualification for writing the examination. In the civil service examinations and the prestigious examinations in the world, minimum qualification is a graduation. But graduation from where? Graduation from a recognized university. You have 29 universities which came into existence by the act of the parliament, like Indira Gandhi, National Open University, etc. You have around 490 universities in India sanctioned by an act of the legislatures of the states. But there are around 200 universities in India which have no sanction from the government, either state or center. There is a university called Samson University. There is a university called Thompson University. There is a university called International Labour University. There is even a university named after the great Vedhik IAS. But they are not recognized. You go and study there for 3 years, you will get a degree. What's the use? That degree is not recognized. So you cannot write the civil service examination. So get a degree from the universities recognized by the University Grants Commission, which came into existence according to an act of the parliament or an act of an assembly. Now, certain people cannot go to a college and study from there. Certain people may not have the minimum qualification to get into that university. Certain universities will not permit people from other states to come and attend the course in that state. Such complications are there. So, there are recognized universities where you have to attend classes offline, and there are open universities. Around 245 degrees are available in India in the open university scheme. We give this elaborate information to the student, how to compete, how to take a minimum qualification, minimum degree. When you get a degree, either by the offline program or by the online program, you have to get it from a recognized university. I have 7 degrees, but I have gone to the college only for 1 degree, that is BSc Chemistry. All my other degrees are private degrees. I studied at home, wrote the examination and passed without any teacher, without going to any course, studying at home, and I got my 6 degrees. So this information we pass to students and enable the student to get a minimum qualification. Vedavyasa may be the most learned person we have known in history, but he cannot write the civil service examination, but because he has no degree. Great scholars, great scientists, Thomas Alva Edison, a scientist who invented 1,200 things. He has not passed his 9th standard. He is a school dropout at the 8th standard. Albert Einstein, the great genius of the 20th century, he had no degree. He studied in a polytechnic for 3 years. Albert Einstein cannot write the Indian civil service examination. Isaac Newton cannot write the Indian civil service examination. We have the Microsoft, the founder of the Microsoft, Bill Gates. He is a school dropout. He has studied up to 10th standard. Richest man in the world. He changed the course of world history. He has no degree. He cannot write the civil service examination. APJ Abdul Kalam, he had a 3-year course from the MIT college in Madras. Or Steve Jobs, the man who changed the course of 21st century. He is a college dropout. He has no degree. What I am telling you is that all these people are great, knowledgeable people. They have changed the course of history, but have no minimum qualification to write the civil service examination. So you may have knowledge to pass the examination, but unless you are qualified, how will you write the examination? So the 4th stage is to get minimum qualification to write the civil service examination. So we will lead you in the 4th step. Then in the 5th step, we bring the candidate to the civil service examination. When 100 students join the Vedhik Civil Service Academy from class 8, perhaps only around 5% will ultimately reach the civil service stage. Others will get into some profession, some career, and be successful in life. But when you come to the civil service examination, you have to develop a different kind of capacity. Because writing on the civil service examination have certain difficulties. One is the high filtration. Till 9th standard, there is 100% pass in Kerala. For SLC, 99.8% passes. In plus 2, around 98% passes. But in the civil service examination, when 12 lakh people appear, around 30,000, around 1% clears for the main examination. 99% filtration. Then after the main examination, only 3,000 people are called for the interview. 80% filtration. Out of 3,000, only 1,000 people get into some services. 67% filtration. Ordinary candidate cannot face this kind of a filtration process. And then the candidate writing the examination has certain changes. When you come to the 10th standard, you are given marks for your knowledge. If you know the thing, you will be given marks. So 100% marks are scored. When you come to plus 2, it is reference to the context. Who said it to whom, where? If you write that information, you are given marks. When you come to your degree, you have to annotate the matter. Why he said so? What are the words he used for the saying that? What was the impact on the man who heard it? What was its impact on history? Like that, the whole thing changes. Annotation. Then when you come to the post-graduation, analysis is required. In that analysis, you analyze how the word combination has been selected. When Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar, in the Mark Antony speech he says, shows the cut which Brutus made and said, the most unkindest cut of all. If you and me write the examination, the red pen will be used to cut it and you will be given a 0. Because you cannot use double superlative, most unkindest cut. But when Shakespeare uses it, it gets value. Why that double superlative is used? Analysis is made. But when you come to the civil service examination, the basic premise is no marks will be awarded for superficial knowledge. For superficial knowledge, no mark will be given. You have to have that extra method of knowledge. You should have link memory. You should have comparative analytical power. You should have specific reasoning. Then only you get marks. So to develop this technique, you have to inculcate certain habits or style into the student's selection. And on the 6th step, after bringing the student and making the groundwork, the 6th important step is making 2 crucial decisions. One is selecting an optional subject. In our time, 2 optional subjects were there. Now, there is only 1 optional subject, but paper 1 and paper 2. 1750 marks in the main examination gives you the qualifying marks, out of which 500 marks come from the optional subject you choose. So you should have good knowledge about one area, one subject. If you commit a mistake there, you're out of the examination. There are 48 optional subjects. 22 of them are languages and literature. And there are 26 of them are other kinds of subjects, sociology, history, economics, public administration, like that. Now, if you make a mistake in identifying your optional subject, you are out of the examination. So, from your degree onwards, you should take care to identify an area in which you have to study, in which you have to pick up marks, and with that, you have to take it as optional subject and score very high marks. Certain subjects are universally selected subjects. For example, 6,000 students out of 15,000 students in the main examination take public administration as their optional subject. Around 4,000 people select sociology. Around 4,000 people select history. Like that, there are 6 subjects. 90% of the total students who write the civil service examination take 1 out of these subjects. So whether you are going for that. Now, certain subjects are high scoring. In an average year, hardly 100 students take maths. But you take the first 20 rank holders, minimum 5 or 6 will be having optional subject as maths. Because when you take maths, if all the 10 questions are correct, you get 250 out of 250. But if 10 questions are wrong, you get 0. That's the other way side. So people who are good with maths can easily pass the the optional papers. Now, regional language and literature is a very good option. For example, in Tamil Nadu, around 150 students take Tamil language and literature as their optional subject. Around 40 students clear the examination. Malayalam is taken by almost 100 students per year, but around 22 to 24 pass the examination with Malayalam language and literature as their optional subject. So, how to pick up an optional subject? I have given around 16 video programs explaining the pros and cons of each subject. Listen to that and select your optional subjects correctly. A second important decision is the regional language you take. You have two language papers. One is English language and literature, 3 hours paper. Then one regional language. But the mark you get in the regional language paper will not be counted for your ranking. But if you fail in that language paper, you may be first rank holder in the rest of the optional papers. You will not be selected. You are out of the examination. So that regional paper is required. Those who study in Kendriya Vidyalayas and other central schools have no knowledge about the regional languages. So they sometimes opt Hindi or Sanskrit. So one regional language is required. So selection of your regional language and selection of your optional subject are crucial decisions. If you make a mistaken decision in the 6th stage, you are out of the examination. So groundwork for this is very, very must. And when you reach the 7th stage, that is the interview stage. Your personality test. Now, interview is very crucial. When you are called for the interview stage, if you get the highest mark holder and the lowest service getter, the difference is around 190 or 100 marks. That's all. So if you get 200 out of 275 for the interview, even if you are the lowest according to the marks in the written examination, you will reach the top of the table. But suppose you are first rank holder in the written examination, but you score less than 100 marks in the interview, you are out of the civil service. So this is very, very crucial. So how to present yourself in a personality test. In Malayalam, I have written a book, Vyത്യസ്തരാകാൻ, how to develop your personality. I have written another book, മറക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ ബുദ്ധിയുള്ളവരാകാൻ, how to develop your memory, how to develop your intelligence. Now, in the other languages, there may be similar books, but develop your personality and you have a definite technique of how to pass in the civil service personality test. I have recorded around 18 video programs giving the techniques of how to pass the personality test or interview. So there are 7 steps ultimately to become victorious in a civil service examination. The Vedhik IAS Academy, we have already 2,200 recorded video programs. I myself have recorded around 225 programs. So listen to them and step by step climb the 7 steps to the civil services. And if you join us at the high school level, then by the time you are 21 years, you will clear the examination. And you will be the youngest civil service officer in the service. So that kind of a change is required in the civil services, for which Vedhik IAS Academy prepares you step by step. So all of you are welcome to the Vedhik IAS Academy. get into the Vedic IAS Academy at a very young age, probably in the 8th standard, 13 years of age, and utilize the next 7 to 8 years for climbing these steps one by one. And if you climb all the 7 steps in 7 years, at a very young age of 22, you will be a successful civil service officer. Your life will be a great service to this nation. Your life will be something which gives a lot of respect from the people, and your family, your village, and everybody who knows you, especially the teachers, will be proud of you in this life. So join us in this 7 steps to IAS program. Success will be yours, and be very good personalities to serve the world wherever you are. Reward will be great in this life, and if there is a life after death, you will be rewarded in the next life also. So welcome to the Vedhik IAS Academy to climb all the 7 steps to the civil service examination and be victorious at the age of 21 to get into the service at 22 years. It will be a very rewarding life. You will bring happiness to your family, to your villagers, to your teachers, and you will be able to give valuable service to the people of this country. Best wishes in this great journey. We will be ready to help you. So join Vedhik IAS Academy as early as possible. Best wishes and wishes for victory in your life. Thank you. I am Dr. Alexander Jacob, IPS, former Director General of Police of Kerala State and the Dean of Vedhik IAS Academy. Thank you.
Dr. Babu Sebastian, a true educationalist, insightful personality, who have reinvigorated the existing education system. Former Vice Chancellor of MG and Kannur Universities, won 40 national awards, produced 32 IAS, 9 IFS, 28 IPS and 40 officers in IRS from Kerala through his 16 years of prolific service in civil service coaching. Total 186 students in Indian civil service. All India first rank holder Harida V. Kumar. Second rank Dr. Renu Raj. Third rank S. Ashwati and Dr. Albi. Fourth rank T.V. Anupama. Eighth rank Harikishore among others were brought to the IAS by Babu Sebastian. Former Director of Kerala State Institute of Educational Technology and Kerala State IT at School. Former Director of State Educational Channel Victors and Kerala State Open School. Founder of Kerala e-learning project started in 2003. Founder of Pala Civil Service Institute. Man of experience who brings up brilliant and enlightened visions to a practical level. He has produced 7 PhDs in his career, produced 6,000 educational video programs, 3,000 audio programs, 2,000 interactive multimedia programs, awarded as Best Vice Chancellor in the year 2017 in India. Babu Sebastian has been honored with Best Chancellor's Award in 2016 and 2018. He has been one of the pioneers of civil service training in Kerala since 1996. He is the Chancellor of Vedhik IAS Academy and Vice Chairman, Vedhik Erudite Foundation.
Hearty welcome to Vedhik IAS Academy. Dear students, respected teachers and parents. Vedhik, we can spell it in such a way, V-E-D-H-I-K. The meaning of the word is full of knowledge. The responsibility or the real objective behind this Vedhik IAS Academy is to provide excellent knowledge to our student community. So our duty is to enable our young boys and girls to encounter their place, their job, their placement in the most competitive job market. You know, the experts, the academic experts behind this Vedhik Academy, 2 chief secretaries, 2 DGPs, 4 vice chancellors, 1 UGC secretary, so more than 30 top IAS, IPS officers and educational leaders working together for the benefit of our student community, to provide them guidance, to teach them the paths to success. The Vedhik Academy, in short, we are teaching success. You know, Union Public Service Commission, UPSC, is the most important agency under the government of India. Their responsibility is to select eligible and suitable candidates for the topmost administrative positions in India, mainly IAS, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, IPS, Indian Foreign Service, IFS, Indian Forest Service, IFOS, Indian Revenue Service, IRS. So total more than 1,000 different cadre posts are waiting for our students. Every year, the responsibility of UPSC is to conduct this civil service examination and select eligible and suitable candidates. So UPSC is the only agency to select to the topmost posts, jobs or cadre posts under the government of India. Apart from UPSC, total 40 different recruiting agencies are working under the Union government, under the government of India. Union Public Service Commission, UPSC, Staff Selection Commission, SSC, Railway Recruitment Board, RRB, then so many agencies. For the bank officers, the recruiting agency under RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and different agencies, total 40, up to NRA, National Recruiting Agency. Their duty is to conduct competitive examinations for the different administrative positions under the government of India or the quasi-government, to conduct exams, interviews, and prepare rank list for eligible and suitable candidates. Though the total vacancies or the total categories under this central government or the quasi-government, it is total 568. We start with IAS, IPS. Then apart from this civil service examination, there are so many examinations under these central bodies. IES, Indian Economic Service, ISS, Indian Strategic Service, IES, Indian Engineering Service, IMS, Indian Medical Service, IFS, Indian Forest Service. So these are the main categories, and apart from that, mainly for the railway, for our banking service, for our defense service, for our different police services, for our different shipyards, for our different hydroelectric projects, so many, total 568 different competitive examinations. And one thing, for these different total vacancies Under this, central government or the government of India is more than 2 lakhs every year. So more than 2 lakhs vacancies waiting for new recruitees, eligible candidates. This is one side. The other side, each and every state government, they have their own recruiting agency, PSC, Public Service Commissions, total 28. So, this Public Service Commission, the main duty and responsibilities of these Public Service Commissions are also, have been conducting selection process, tests, interviews to prepare rank list for different vacancies, administrative vacancies under the state government. So total 2 lakhs vacancies under the government of India and also another 5 lakhs vacancies under different state government. Total 7 lakhs vacancies are waiting for young aspirants, graduates. So we can examine, our session is to explore which are the different possibilities, which are the different vacancies, and also what are the uniqueness of these vacancies. Vedhik Academy, the name of our organization is Vedhik IAS Academy. But our focus is not only IAS or Central Administrative Service or Union Civil Service. Apart from that, our coaching, we designed such a coaching program. It is benefit to entire student community to secure a higher rank in all these competitive examinations. They will get an opportunity, they will get inputs, they will get enough confidence to appear for any one of these competitive exams. 568 vacancies and compete for these 2 lakhs vacancies under the government of India or these another 5 lakhs vacancies under the state governments. So we can examine the training program of Vedhik IAS Academy or the coaching program of Vedhik IAS Academy. Before that, it is our duty to examine the uniqueness of different selection process. The selection process either under the government of India or the state government, the process and procedure, the art and science behind the selection process is more or less one and same. We can start with the eligibility criteria. We can examine the eligibility criteria for one candidate to appear for this competitive examination. The first one is a university degree and the minimum age is 21 and the upper age limit is 32. So a graduate with an age of 21 and a person with an age of 32 can appear for all these competitive examinations. So this is the basement for the recruitment. And the second one, the style of recruitment or the process of recruitment. First of all, every year, these recruiting agencies, either UPSC or SSC or RRB or NRA, just notify the vacancies with the syllabus and other details in the website. Then through website, one graduate can submit an application. The fee may be nominal, maybe 100 rupees for boys and 0 for girls. And the reservation category also free of cost. So the fee is nominal. For the IAS post also, the fee is only 100 rupees. And for all the cadre posts, you can apply through online with maybe minimum 100 rupees fee or on free of cost. Then the other procedure for all these selection process, it's a 3-tier system. Across the world, the selection process, it includes a 3-tier system. First one, an objective type screening test. Second one, a descriptive type selection test followed by the third stage, it is a face-to-face interview. So for all the selection programs, this three-tier system for the UPSC, IAS, IPS or the civil service examination or for all these competitive examinations, the process is one and same. Start with an objective type preliminary examination. It is a screening test. The marks of this test is not at all considered for the final ranking, but this test is the main decision maker, the eligibility of one candidate to appear for the mains examination. Then we can just examine the nature of the UPSC civil service examination. Civil service examination and all other competitive exams in India, which includes 2 papers, objective type, 2 hours duration, 100 questions. Each question carries 2 marks with 0.33% minus mark. So one student, the cutoff mark may be more or less, it is vary from test to test and selection to selection, but it is maybe around 55 to 60% mark is essential to get an opportunity to appear for the next level of examination. The nature, the syllabus inside it is general studies paper, general knowledge paper, the world around us, India around us. So the national, international development, science, technology, polity, history, everything we can expect questions from each and every field. So this is the decision making paper. Then apart from this one, there is another paper for all these competitive exams. It is aptitude test. To just assess the aptitude, the suitability of the candidate, the reasoning, logical reasoning, and such a kind of general English, general mathematics, such a kind of aptitude test also included for the civil service. IAS examination also, a 2 hours duration exam is there, 80 questions, 1 question carries 2.5 marks with a minus marks of 0.33%. But the mark of this one is not at all calculated for the eligibility ranking, but it needs a minimum of 35 to minimum 33 to 35% in the CSAT examination. Then the next one, for each and every competitive exam or the selection process, the second part is a mains examination. It is descriptive in nature, short essays and long essays. So it may be vary from the number of papers, may vary from test to test. For the UPSC, mainly 5 common papers inside and 2 optional papers outside. The papers are, one is general essay, another one is the history focused paper, another one is the polity and governance focused one, another one is economics and development focused, another one is ethics based, and the student will get an opportunity, freedom to select any one of the optional subject which is approved by the UPSC, and this optional subject is directly from the university syllabus. The subjects under the graduation approved by the University Grants Commission, maybe anthropology, animal husbandry, medicine, botany, physics, history, politics, up to zoology. 32 papers. Or you can select any one of the regional language which is approved by the, it is included in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution, or you can select English language and literature. So 2 papers under this optional category, and each paper carries 250 marks each. For the IAS selection, total 5 general papers, common papers and 2 optional papers, total marks 2750. So for all these competitive examinations, the second process or the ranking process is based on the mark which the student secured in the second level of examination, this descriptive type, essay type, written examination. And also the toppers, the cutoff mark, it varies from year to year and subject to subject and test to test, but the cutoff mark it may be around 55% in the mains examination. So one student secure minimum 52, 53 or 55 marks in the second level of examination will get a chance to appear for the third level of examination. It is interview, face to face, 20 to 30 minutes, interaction with the 5-member interview board. The written test is basically it is focused on the eligibility of the candidate, to assess the eligibility of the candidate. But for the interview is mainly to assess the suitability of the candidate, his commitment to Indian Constitution, his commitment to the deprived marginalized segment of population, his service, his mind, his openness, his frankness, is away from corruption. Such a kind of personal assessment is going on during this interview session. So the total ranking is based on the total mark which the student secured in the written examination, the mains examination and interview. For the civil service examination, the total mark for interview is 275 and the final ranking is the total calculation of 1750 for the mains and plus 275 for the interview, to total 2025%. Then the toppers, the top rank holders will get 150, will get IAS, Indian Administrative Service, to get an opportunity to serve our nation as an administrative officer, collector, secretary, principal secretary, chief secretary, such a kind of work. And the second category, 150 to 350, total 200, will get an opportunity to serve Indian Police Service, IPS, District Police, Commissioner, Superintendent, or such a kind of work, to IG. Then the DGP, such a kind of promotion ladder is also waiting for these eligible candidates. And also will get an opportunity to serve the Indian Forest Service, Indian Foreign Service, to serve as the officers of Indian embassies across the world, or we will get a chance to serve the Indian Revenue, Income Tax, Customs, Central Excise, Enforcement Directorate. So the last vacancy is the Administrative Officer of Union Territory, Pondicherry, Pondicherry Administrative Officer or Pondicherry Police Officer. So the exam style is common. Then the third one is the types of questions. It is also common for all these competitive examinations. You know, common, the phenomena from the exam side is there are mainly 4 types of questions. The first one, out of 100, 25%, 20-25% questions are easy. Dates, place, personalities, events. It is very easy for each and every student to address this one and answer this one. The second category of questions, it is average type question. It may be some definitions, equations, some small explanations. Okay, it is one and same from the textbook itself. You will get a privilege to just read it from the textbook and jot down in the answer sheet. But the third level of question, it is tough. 20-25% questions are from the tough category, and it is application level questions. It is not easy to answer this one. And the last 20-25% is the toughest one. It is not easy to answer. Very brilliant student also, because these questions are the main assessment of the assessment of the stuff, the quality of the knowledge. So it need for the prelims examination with the objective type with the minus mark, for the descriptive type examination, for the interview, for all these examination, it needs long years of coaching. It is not easy to get a pass, to get a selection in this kind of competitive examination. So, various selection recruiting agencies are waiting for you. More than 568 vacancies, different cadre posts or designations are waiting for you. Total 2 lakhs vacancies under the Government of India, all are waiting for you. Total 5 lakhs vacancies under the state government is also waiting for you, but it needs long years of coaching. Why? The question is that, if the syllabus is one and same, we can examine the syllabus of all these competitive exams, more or less it is one and same. Inside the syllabus 20-25% for all the selection process and for all competitive exam. 20-25% is from polity and governance. Or 23% is from the polity, governance, administration and international relations. 20% is from history, culture, art. 8% from geography, Indian and world geography. More or less 14% from economics and development, our agriculture sector, our physical policy, our budgeting, planning, our exim policy, everything. Another 14% is from ecology and environment, our air, our soil, our water, the pollution, the rate of pollution, new industries, our forest, our soil, such a kind of questions. Then 10% from science and technology, mainly from space and oceanography, the research, the achievements of our nation. So, out of 100, 89% of questions are from NCERT, high school and higher secondary syllabus. 8, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th standard syllabus of NCERT is followed by UPSC for the IAS, IPS examination, SSC for the topmost examination, then Railway Recruitment Board. It is mainly for the forest service or the economic service. In the introductory paper, it may be more or less one and same. And the remaining 11%, it is from the current affairs, international and national development, the development, science and technology, sports, everything across the world. So these are the content inside. So the question, why Vedhik Academy? Vedhik Academy is the only one academy in India conducting coaching program, career-oriented coaching program for the student from the high school level, from the 8th standard level, 8th standard itself. So high school students and higher secondary students. The main learners from Vedhik Academy is high school and higher secondary students. Thousands of them are from the different states and outside India also. Because we are conducting coaching program for another segment of competitive exam, it is UN Civil Service. United Nations, they are conducting selection, recruitment for the eligible candidates. Every third year, India will get an opportunity, students from India will get an opportunity. It's a earmark 80 vacancies for Indian students. It's based on economics, based on engineering, based on law, so allied subjects. But the recruitment is through a preliminary exam objective type, a mains exam descriptive, followed by an interview. So from the UN Civil Service to all these 2 lakhs vacancies, the question pattern is same, the syllabus of examinations conducted by the UPSC, SSC and Indian recruiting agencies, they all are one and same. And Vedhik Academy conducting coaching program for our students. So we are teaching success. Then my duty is to introduce the type, the nature, the uniqueness of the coaching program now conducted by Vedhik IAS Academy. Based on long years of groundbreaking research, the eminent academicians, administrators, and technocrats sit together and designed a 7-step success mantras or 7 steps for our students to achieve, to secure higher ranks in this competitive examination. Then I am going to explain one by one which are the steps, the success mantras designed by Vedhik IAS Academy. For our students, if one student join with the Vedhik IAS Academy, you know our coaching program is to ensure a great success in all the competitive examinations. Our coaching program, one student joined with the Vedhik Academy, the first step is an online aptitude test. To know the student, to know, to love, to respect the student. So for the assessment of the student, Vedhik Academy, we are conducting a scientific online aptitude test, maybe for 40 to 60 minutes with the multiple choice questions. The student will get an opportunity to undergo this aptitude and interest test. So based on the report and answers of the student, the system, the software will generate a multicolor graphical report based on the aptitude test. The aptitude test is mainly to assess the innate ability, the skill, the strength, the weakness, the interest of the student. So it is a clear scanning of the student to assess the innate ability. Then after this aptitude test, the second process is personal counseling. The second step or second success mantra is personal counseling. Expert counselors online to contact the student in the presence of the parents, the father and mother, to assess the report of this aptitude test, to give inputs, guidance and instructions and advice to the parents which kind of support this student is looking for. What are the talents inside, the gem inside a student, the boy and girl, and this will help the student give affirmation. The father, mother, family members and Vedhik Academy, we all are with you. Dear student, please start your fight. There's a fight with the life to get a excellent career ladder or a career to get a job in his or her life. Then the third mantra, it is visual learning mantra. You know, globally, 3 types of learning process are in progress. First one is the speaking and listening. Teacher is speaking something, the student is listening, but it is outdated, and through listening, one student will get an opportunity to just acquire only 20% of the knowledge. The present learning format is seeing. With the support of animated videos, the student can acquire more than 50% of the knowledge. Vedhik Academy is now moving on visual learning platform. With the support of animated videos, videos may be on history, on culture, on geography, on art, ecology, environment, science, technology, thousands of videos. With the support of these videos, eminent teachers are explained this concept in a very excellent manner. So the student will get an opportunity to acquire more than 50% of the knowledge, and he will get an opportunity to register this knowledge for long years, and he can retrieve this one is when and where he needs to reproduce this one. So this kind of modern learning technology, these are following by Vedhik IAS Academy. Then the fourth learning mantra is the continuous evaluation. You know, our students from the 8th standard itself, they are getting an opportunity to undergo this model IAS examination from the 8th standard itself. Every month, there is a model examination. The student will get an opportunity to appear for the same model exam, which one he or she is going to appear after 5, 6 or 7 years after the graduation. It's a real gift. So the fear factor, you can overcome the fear factor from different types of examination. Every month, there is an evaluation session, 30 minutes evaluation. The questions are online, the student can answer, he can submit his answer, and immediately after that, he or she will get his mark, and the student or the mentor will help to assess their question paper discussion session also there. So continuous evaluation, step by step, day by day, slow and steady. The student, nowadays, you know, our students are experts in this type of objective type questions, this type of civil service exam answer. So this is a real training. The fourth mantra is the continuous evaluation mantra, and the fifth mantra, it is the peak learning mantra. You know, peak learning in simple way, the simple meaning, it is online group discussion. It is an online group discussion. The peak, the meaning is the top. And this concept is from Buddhist philosophy, to find out the top eligibility, the potential of the student. The process in such a way, every week, one student will get an opportunity to open his mind and mouth in front of a small group. The group may be 10 to 15 members, same age group, from same 8th or 9th class, but the students are from different region. One may be from US, another may be from UK, another may be from Dubai, another may be from Qatar, because now we have students from outside India, and another may be from Jammu, one may be from Haryana, another may be from Delhi, Maharashtra, UP. So the students from different region, same age group, boys and girls, sit together, and definitely they will get an essay, 10-point essay, pre-prepared, and sent through email, and direct the student to speak the 1 point which is decided and allotted in advance. The student will get an opportunity to speak his allotted point for 5 minutes. The medium of speaking communication is English, but it is a non-correctional way of English, and the other members will support to motivate the student from the rural tribal India or Kerala or any other state to speak in English language. So after 5 hours, every week there is a session, and after 5 or 6 months interaction with this type of group discussion, the student will get enough confidence, command on English language, his communication skill will improve, and the fear factor will remove from his mind, and also he can easily answer any questions in the final interview session. And the subject, you know, the theme for presentation is current affairs. So every week, the student will get an opportunity to speak, discuss on any one of the recent development, either international or national level, and it will improve his knowledge level, current affairs, and easily he can answer the questions for the current affairs question for both the preliminary examination or for the final examination. And the sixth one, it is the doing mantra. Doing mantra, you know, the doing is the third level of learning. First one is listening, second one is seeing, and the third one is doing. For the doing, you know, for all competitive exams inside, there is a preliminary examination, a mains examination, and interview. So Vedhik Academy, we are conducting 100 model exams. based on the prelims examination. 100 times before appearing for this UPSC civil service prelims examination, one student will get an opportunity to appear for 100 model examinations. Nowadays it is in progress for this current year batch. The model exams are in progress. Initial stage, from the first 10 or 20 examination, the percentage of mark secured by our students, it may be below 30, 35. But after 50 or 60 model exams, their graph, I think nowadays they are getting more than 60, 70% of mark, and 50% or 55% is enough for get eligibility to the next level of examination. Now our students, they are securing more than 60% in the model exam itself. And 30-35 model exams are also waiting for them. So a very good, excellent scientific coaching is designed by Vedhik IAS Academy. 100 model exams before the prelims, and 250 model exams before the mains. 50 model exams each for each and every paper, descriptive type paper for the mains exam, general essay, history based paper, politics based paper, economics based paper, ethics based paper, 50 model exams each. So each and every student will get an opportunity to appear for model exams 50 times before he or she is going to appear for the mains examination. And also 25 mock interviews, 25 times. The student will get an opportunity to appear for interview for in front of an eminent interview team, previously from the UPSC interview team itself, or chief secretaries or DGPs. So real students, Vedhik Academy scientifically designed this one. And the 7th learning mantra, it is very simple and old mantra, it is catch them young. From the young age itself. Vedhik Academy, now we have 4 different coaching programs. A long 6-year coaching program for the high school students. The student from the 8th, 9th and 10th standard, they will get an opportunity to participate in the 6-year long coaching program every week on Sunday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. online classes. Eminent professors, chief secretaries, DGPs, vice chancellors are addressing the students. The level of interaction. Experts are now interacting with high school students. 2 hours per week for long 6 years. And the first 4 years, definitely it is on the academic interaction classes, and the last 2 years it is earmarked for model examinations. We can ensure a great success for each and every student, our student. Then the program number 2, it is the 4-year long coaching program. It is meant for the higher secondary student from 11th and 12th standard. Every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., 3 hours per week, and the first 3 years on syllabus-based classes, and the last 1 year full focused on model examinations. The third coaching program, it is a 2-year coaching program for the degree-going students, the professional students, postgraduate students who are studying in various institutions. Every Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., 8 hours per week. First 1 year, it is on classes, and the second year, full model examination. And the fourth one, it is a 1-year coaching program. It is the current year students, the graduates, and every day, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., first 6 months on classes, and the last 6 months on model examination. So 4 different coaching programs. Based on the 7th mantra, it is catch them young. Long 6 years coaching program for higher secondary students, high school students. Long 4 years coaching program for higher secondary students. 2-year coaching program for college going students, and 1-year coaching program for current year graduates. So these are the 4 different coaching programs. Once again, we can examine the scientific steps, mantras, the learning success mantras. First one, it is the aptitude test. The second one is the personal counseling. The third one is the visual learning experience. The fourth one is the continuous evaluation. The fifth one is the peak learning experience. And the sixth one is 350 model exams. And the seventh one, it is long years of coaching. So Vedhik Academy, we have a publication division also. Already we have published 14 papers, books based on this syllabus. Different books. And apart from this coaching, the student, you will get these books, this reading material from our office, and also for the general studies paper. For the general studies or general knowledge, we have 3 publications from us. One is Vedhik Current Affairs, a monthly publication magazine with 150 pages. The developments across the world, the developments across our nation. So you will get in fingertip the current affairs, and also the printed format is also available. Vedhik Current Affairs. And also another one, Vedhik Yearbook, a consolidation of all the national, international developments, which is the focus area is different competitive examinations. It is also available, the soft copy and hard copy. Another video bulletin is the World Last Week. It is available in our YouTube, the Vedhik bulletin on the development, international level development, and another bulletin, India Last Week, the developments inside our nation, and also the daily bulletin of newspaper from Hindu newspaper, the news directly or indirectly related to the competitive exams, it is available. So dear students, these are the facilities, these are the basic infrastructure and the content and preparation designed by Vedhik Academy for the benefit of the student community. It will help the student to appear for any one of the competitive exam which he or she likes to serve in the future days. So either for the UPSC, mainly for the UPSC topmost competitive exam, civil service examination, or IAS, IPS, IFS examination, or for any one of the competitive exam. Total 568 competitive exams, total 2 lakhs vacancies under the government of India, or another 5 lakhs vacancies under the state government. It is, we are teaching success, and definitely our students, each and every student will get a very excellent level, very excellent grade in this competitive examination. And the last one, it is the fee. The fee is very nominal. We are collecting only 30,000 rupees plus GST for either for this long 6 years coaching. It is a one-time payment, including the expenses for the books. So 30,000 for 6 years, only 30,000, the one-time payment. 30,000 for the 4-year coaching program, no other fee. And 30,000 for this long 2-year coaching program, 30,000 for the 1-year coaching program. These are online coaching program, and Vedhik Academy, we are moving on our own LMS, and immediately after the classes, the lessons, the videos will uploaded in the website, will be uploaded in the website, and the student will get a username and password at any time or any number of time. You will get an access. You can participate in the previous classes, and it will help the student to just familiar with the lessons and get a clear idea and a command on different subjects. So dear students, Vedhik Academy, we are conducting this coaching program for the benefits of the student community. The fee is very nominal. The teachers and experts behind this one, the top officers, chief secretaries, DGPs and vice chancellors. This is only one and only academy in India conducted this kind of coaching program from eminent expert leaders, the previous administrators of different state, chief secretaries, DGPs, and also the fee is very nominal because for the civil service coaching, the main investment or the expense it may be about 2 lakhs rupees in the different coaching centers, but we are charging only 30,000 for long years of coaching. So my humble request to the student community and the parent and our teachers, please guide, please advise our students, because we are conducting this one for the benefits of our student community. And dear students, hearty welcome to the Vedhik family. You will get a affirmation, support, everything. And the future days, you will get a great placement in the most competitive job market. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.